Hello everyone and welcome back to our Fallout 4 playthrough. This is episode number 15. The start of a new recording chunk. Last time was kind of my vomit out my inventory episode and get my new gear running. Today we are going to play some actually do the main story, continue that on. I may be a little bit wacky for the first few minutes. I just played a couple episodes, recorded a couple episodes of Risen, which really threw me off because of how different the controls are. So this is going to be interesting. And I'm not going to bother standardizing. What? I had 50 bullets in the gun already. Did I just lose 50 bullets? Anyways, before I open the door, yeah, played Risen, and I don't really see a reason to like revamp all of my controls for Fallout because that would just mean because it would make it harder to play a game like Fortnite, and I'd rather the difference between the saturation in Risen and this is hurting my eyes. That game is like really shadowy and dark, and you've got this game which isn't. Yeah, that game's gonna be fun to get through. But once I get through it, Kingdom Come Deliverance. And to be fair, it does seem like an interesting game so far. Anyways, let's enter the detective agency.
Ellie? Are you here?
Nick? Oh God, it's really you.
Well, it's hard to mistake this mug for anyone else.
Sorry to cut her off. I realized, though, probably not a good idea to be carrying a Tommy gun around while they're reuniting.
You keep laughing at death. Someday, death's gonna laugh back.
Not as long as I got a few friends to back me up.
You saved Nick, this agency, and my job. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Happy to do it.
Yeah? Go diving into scary pre-war ruins all the time then, do ya? Here, I know an amount wasn't on the table when you went out to find him, but you deserve a reward. Plus a little something extra. You know, if you're looking for work and don't mind putting on the detective hat, Nick sure could use a new partner.
Whoa. One case at a time, Ellie. Our new friend needs our help first. All right, let's get down to business. Take a seat. Make yourself comfortable.
Rolled Boston Bugle. Sorry, I don't mean to steal your paper, dude. But yeah, I'm happy to, I guess this is where Ellie sleeps. This is where Nick sleeps. Happy to help him out with some detective cases. But I'd also kind of like to get a traveling companion if possible. Other than dog meat. Or like a house of some kind. Like, I really want an actual companion. Nick would be nice.
When you're trying to find someone who's gone missing, the devil is in the details. Tell me everything you can, no matter how painful it might be.
Let's describe Vault
We were in
111.
a vault when it happened. Vault 111. It was some kind of cryo facility.
You were on ice, huh? More importantly, you were underground, sealed up. It's a lot of obstacles to get through just to take one person. What else can you tell me?
Let's describe the kidnappers.
A man and a woman. They didn't say much. But I remember they called me the backup.
So we're talking a small team. Professionals. The kind that know to keep their lips tight when they're on the job. Not sure what the backup means, though. Anything else you remember?
Let's describe Sean.
Looking for my son, Sean. He's less than a year old. Why would anyone take him?
Good question. Why your family in particular? Why an infant? Someone would be taking on all of his care, and a Baby needs a lot of it. Now, that confirms it. This isn't a random kidnapping. Whoever took your kid had an agenda. There's a lot of groups in the Commonwealth that take people. Raiders, super mutants, the Gunners, and of course there's the Institute.
Raiders?
You think Raiders might have done this?
I honestly doubt it. They can barely organize themselves, let alone pull off something this complicated.
Gunners?
Who are the Gunners?
High-end mercenaries. No job too brutal. They're in the running as likely suspects. They wouldn't be the ones pulling the strings.
Super mutants?
Super mutants? What are they?
Big, green, muscles on muscles. In other words, hard to miss. I think we can safely rule them out.
Which leaves?
So you think this Institute is responsible?
Well, they're the boogeymen of the Commonwealth. Something goes wrong, everyone blames them. Easy to see why. Those early model synths of theirs strip whole towns for parts, killing everything in their way. Then you got the newer models, good as human, that infiltrate cities and pull strings from the shadows. Worst of all, no one knows why they do it, what their plan is, or where they are. Not even me. And I'm a synth myself. A discarded prototype anyway.
You're a prototype?
You're a prototype?
As far as I know. Never seen any other synth like myself. There's the older ones that are dumb as rocks and all metal, and there's the newer ones that are almost human. I'm somewhere in between.
You don't know anything?
You don't know anything about them? Really?
Some kind of security setting strips or blocks out those memories. And it's not just me. Any synth that gets trashed, left behind, or escapes the Institute has the same problem. Probably some kind of failsafe.
Makes sense. I don't think he would be untrustful of Nick in the slightest. I think he definitely would view Nick as a friend, especially with how Ellie reacts to him.
Either way, I need to find Sean.
You're right. The speculation is getting us off track. Let's focus on what you saw. What did these kidnappers look like?
Describe the outfits first.
The woman was dressed in, I think it was a kind of hazard suit. The man had some sort of metal brace on his arm.
Maybe some kind of improvised armor? A lot of hired guns do that to look tough. The hazard suit is interesting. Not many mercs can afford something that fancy. What else do you remember about them?
Distinctive voice.
I'll never forget that voice. Low and rough. Like sandpaper across your face.
Not much to go on, but a tough and commanding voice can get someone pretty far in the violence business. What else?
Bald and
One
scarred.
of them came right up to me. Bald head. Scar across his left eye.
Wait. It couldn't be. You didn't hear the name Kellogg at all, did you?
Kellogg?
Who is he? Do you think he has Sean?
It's way too big of a coincidence. Ellie, what notes do we have about the Kellogg case?
The description matches. Bald head, scar, reputation for dangerous mercenary work, but no one knows who his employer is.
And he bought a house here in town, right? And he had a kid with him, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. The house in the abandoned wet stands. The boy with him was around 10 years old.
He's in town?
You said he lives here? He's still in town?
They both vanished a while back, if I'm remembering right. But that house is still there. Let's you and I take a walk over to Kellogg's last known address. See if we can snoop out where he went.
Security doesn't really go to that part of town, but you two should still be careful.
I always am.
Okay, well, I would have liked to have done a different dialogue chain with him, but it's fine. Let's join Nick.
Nick.
Oh, I was hoping I could ask him a couple more questions. I can't leave. Now I can. Nick, by far, is the most interesting character, in my opinion, that we've met so far.
Hey, Valentine.
Kellogg's house is this way. Didn't want Ellie to hear this, but I think you should know. Everything I dug up about Kellogg before his disappearance is bad news. He's more than just a mercenary. He's a professional. Quick, clean, thorough. Has no enemies because they're all dead. Except you. 9 to 1 odds says he's our man. It's more than just you identifying his distinguishing features. The MO is all him as well. Leading a small team to kidnap a baby and leaving one of the parents alive for later? Not many mercs in the Commonwealth can pull that off.
Oh, I've been up here before. I thought Kellogg was the drug dealer. I don't know why, but I did.
Here we are. Keep an eye out, will you? See if I can get this over.
Like, I have no idea why I thought he was the drug dealer, but I did. Man, this music's good.
Something to hide, Kellogg? Why don't you give it a try?
Loctite.
No luck? Guess we'll need to find the key.
Nick.
We can't get through that door. See that platform in the distance, near the city entrance? That's the elevator to the mayor's office. Why don't you go ask around there? I'll
All right.
stay here and see if I can jimmy this lock.
But yeah, the music here in Diamond City is really good. I do feel like someone who's gone to bed in a utopia and woken up in a dystopia. Where the future's shattered and there's nothing but pain left.
Read all about it. Institute replaces people with machines. Are you next?
Watch your back. The Institute could be right behind you.
Hey, Nat.
Selling papers is busy work, mister.
But yeah, I do genuinely feel like it's the mayor's office then, and we use a construction thingy. That's ominous. I do genuinely feel like this is, oops, sorry, dog meat. One of the best, like that main theme is one of the best feels for a game I've heard in a while. Or from Feldcroft.
Afraid of talking to the press? I bet if I said I was with the Institute, he'd come running.
Do you ever think maybe you could get a man's attention easier if you use softer words, honey? Maybe shout a little less.
Oh, that reminds me of this article I'm writing about the mayor's affair with a certain air-headed blonde.
Oh, look who it is. What brings you to the mayor's office, huh?
How about you first, Piper? She is starting to get on my nerves a little.
What are you doing here, Piper?
Trying to find out why the mayor happens to be meeting with the same suspicious-looking courier every other week. Not from any settlement I've ever heard of. And not from a caravan. Always in and out before anyone has a chance to talk to him. An errand boy from the Institute, maybe. After this article comes out, that's what everyone's gonna be asking.
If you are done crowding the reception area, Miss Piper, the mayor needs to make time for more responsible citizens.
I was just leaving anyway.
I wouldn't mind doing a quest chain for Piper and seeing if there's anything more to her than being annoying, but right now it does seem like she's only
The
annoying.
mayor's receiving visitors as long as they aren't members of the press. Did you need help?
House keys.
Who do I talk to if I need to find a key to a house that's been locked up?
If you're talking about a property that the city has seized, we only have one on the books. Mr. Kellogg's old house. You'd have to ask the mayor directly if you want the keys.
Can't you help?
Come on. Can't you help me yourself?
And if I could, why should I?
Finding my son.
Please. All I want to do is find my son. The man who owned that house kidnapped him.
Well, you do seem like a sweet guy. All right. I'm just going to leave this key on my desk and forget I put it there. Your son's lucky he has a father like you. I hope you find him.
Thank you. Gotta say, I have a lot of respect for Geneva. Oh, dog meat, careful. Careful, boy. Enough to think that Piper really, really shouldn't be bothering her. And that she might be right. If if Piper just was a little nicer, she might get more answers. But she's all about that headline story.
Latest news from the Commonwealth.
You read that article? Occurrences. Damn sense could be anywhere.
Hey, who wants to look beautiful? Hairstyles across the county.
Excuse me.
This whole market smells like noodles and blood and shampoo and ammo.
I ain't your friend, Scaver.
Who says I'm a scabber? I guess probably the outfit.
You been to Good Neighbor? Friggin' hole. Ghouls and chemheads all over.
It's good to know. As prejudiced as you may potentially be. I kind of want to switch back to my vault outfit, which I feel like would be my casual wear, but not right now.
Got the key? Right, let's head in. You do the honors.
Thanks. Let's unlock Kellogg's house. Enter.
Look around. Kellogg must have left something behind.
Kind of want to take everything. Gwyneth Stout. I wonder what that is. Want to make sure that Kellogg can't.
Place seems small to you? Figured a guy like Kellogg would think big.
Yeah, this is probably just a temporary area, though. Yeah, I can take all this stuff and sell it.
Nothing here. Did you check out that desk?
Yeah, but there wasn't anything. Apart from
Well, that's one way to hide a room.
that. Here we go.
Look at this. All of a Merc's favorite things.
Gwyneth Stout beer, 44 caliber bullets, and cigars. San Francisco Sunlights.
Interesting brand. Won't lead us anywhere on its own.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff. Holy cow. Well, I'm probably gonna sell the rifle, but he's got ammo too. Yep, he's our Merc, alright. He's even got his casual wear. I wonder why he abandoned all this. If he just had to go fast and couldn't take stuff with him or what? Sorry, dog meat. I'll make good use of it though. Alright, let me quickly check upstairs and see if there's anything worth taking. Yeah, not much. Gold-plated flip lighter. He's clearly got enough money that he can just chuck that around without, or lose something like that without any issue. Here we go, cigar box. Suggestions?
Any suggestions, Nick?
What about dog meat? Commonwealth mutt like him can track a man's scent for miles. Well, dog meat seems eager for the job. Why don't you let him have a whiff? See if he picks up on the trail. Before you head out, I know this is personal business. If you have to face Kellogg on your own, just say so.
Come with me,
I
Nick.
want you with me on this, Nick.
All right. Let's get that bastard. This is your show from here on out, okay? You say jump, I'll say how high.
Thanks. You're goated, brother.
Dog meat. Get the scent, boy.
Got the scent?
Got something, boy?
Let's get going. Completed getting a clue. Got a new quest. Started reunions. Follow dog meat. Quests. Dog meat has a scent. I need to follow him wherever he goes and hope he ends up leading me straight to Kellogg. I wonder if Sean is that 10-year-old boy. I assume there was probably some time dilation. What the? Radstorm? This doesn't seem good. Some kind of radioactive storm.
Hanging out with Valentine, huh? Good for you. Nick is good people. You know what I mean.
So I guess because he's so obviously a synth and has no idea, like, what he's doing,
I ain't selling nothing else, so decide what you're getting.
he seems...
See what you got.
Ramen's fresh. Everything else, you're on your own.
Seems like people are fine with him, sell everything that I can afford to sell. Don't really care for the faded trench coat or the... Actually, you know what? Screw it. Faded trench coat. Might as well. Get the Nick getup going. I don't think it'll hurt at all. Gonna sell that. Alright, till next time.